I still remember the night she returned. The night wind howled through the trees, carrying whispers that sent chills down my spine. The elders sat in the obi, their faces grim, their voices barely above a murmur. I had been sent to fetch water from the stream when I heard the chief's voice, sharp and heavy like thunder. She has returned. I froze, my clay pot slipping from my fingers, crashing onto the ground. I knew who they were talking about. Nnenna, the daughter of Umuaka, who had been cast away. The girl no one was supposed to speak of, but she had come back. When I was a child, my grandmother told me forbidden stories about Nnenna. She had been the first daughter of the old chief, a girl with a mind sharper than the village elders, and a spirit stronger than any warrior. She was wise beyond her years, questioning rules, challenging traditions, and speaking the truth people did not want to hear. But she was born under an eclipse, and in our village, people feared things they could not understand. When she was still a child, strange things happened. Crops withered, the rivers dried up, and sickness spread through the land. The elders called it an omen. They whispered that Nnenna's birth has caused us all. Her mother died when she was only 10. People claimed it and was a sign that the gods had rejected her. And then one night she vanished. Some said she has been taken by spirits. Others claimed she had run into the forest to live among the wild. The elders warned us never to speak of her again. But now, after 20 years, she had returned. That night, I couldn't sleep. My heart raced with curiosity and fear. While the village whispered behind closed doors, I crept outside, my bare feet silent against the ground. I made my way to the outskirts of the village, near the old bamboo tree, and that's where I saw her. She stood tall in the moonlight, wrapped in dark clothes, her face shadowed but her eyes burned with fire I had never seen before. She did not look like a ghost or a cursed spirit. She looked like someone who had come back for what was hers. The next morning, the village was in chaos. Some people wanted her gone, afraid that her return would bring misfortune. Others whispered that she had come to seek revenge. The elders called for gathering. When Nnenna stepped into the square, silence felt like a heavy weight. I had come home, she said. Her voice was steady, but the chief's face was dark in anger. This is no longer your home. But she smiled, a slow knowing smile. It was never yours to take. That was when I knew there was more to this story than we had been told. Over the next few days, secrets unraveled like a thread pulled loose from a woven cloth. The truth did not come from the chief or elders. It came from the oldest woman in the village, my grandmother. She had been there the night Nnenna disappeared, and she had kept the truth buried in her heart all these years. It was not an omen, my grandmother whispered. It was fear. Nnenna had not been cursed, she had been betrayed. The truth was far more terrible than any curse. She had been too strong, too wise, too powerful for the elders to control. They feared that one day she would rise and lead the people, changing the traditions they had clung to for generations. So they spread the lie of a curse and sent her away in the dead of the night. They never expected her to survive, but she did. She had spent years in another land, learning, growing, waiting for the right time to return. On the third night, a storm rolled in. The air was thick, with the scent of rain, and lightning split in the sky as Nnenna walked to the obi where the elders sat in council. She stood before them unshaken, her presence like the thunder before a storm. "I do not seek revenge," she said, her voice calm but strong. "I seek justice." The chief's hand trembled. "You have no proof." But Nnenna did not need proof. She turned to the people and spoke truth they had always feared to admit. "Has your suffering stopped since I left?" she asked. "Did the crops grow? Did the river return?" The villagers murmured. The truth was clear. Their misfortune has never been because of Nnenna. They had been because of greed of men who wished to keep power. That night, the chief was forced to step down, and for the first time in years, the village of Umuaka saw hope. But Nnenna did not take the title of the leader. She did not seek to punish those who wronged her. Instead, she taught us that fear and ignorance could destroy a people more than any cause. She became the voice of wisdom in the village, and we listened. Her return was not a curse, it was a lesson. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you do, please like the video, comment, and please do not forget to subscribe for more interesting tales.